Always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, Sweet. Up first. So here is a Debbie Gradovich.
This bout is scheduled.
Welcome inside this unique environment. What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecard. Catch and shoot. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. We welcome you to this beautiful theater where every seat has been sold, but don't expect these fans to be sitting down. We expect a standing ovation when these two are done.
This is that place you want to say, I fought there, I've been there, and now we are here.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good defense to block the hook. Perfect counter shot. Jab not finding its target. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
You win this round. Get it? Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man. Good man.
Here we go. It's round two. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
These counter punches have to hurt. Well done with that counter shot. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every switch.
This fight has a real good flow to it. They exchange punches. Wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he misses with that straight left. How about that time counter shot? There's a counter shot. The courage on display here is incredible. The perfect counter lands. Nice counter. Insane action. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be...
Bell rings and we start the third. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You're fighting a swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate what you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving the man a chance that shouldn't have it.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. We'll go back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. Just missed with that hook. Tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. That jab doesn't score. And he scores with the... You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Got the momentum, they got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep...
There's the bell for round 4. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use pain as a ball.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Gradovich is hurt. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the judges.
There's the bell to start round 5. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. What do you you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Watch the left uppercut. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Counter punching. Misses with the straight left. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That counter shot lands. Nice counter shot. Good counter punch. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace?
Oh, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. El Ruso Mexicano may be going down. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What we did.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt.
Let's start the 6th. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counter punch caught him clean. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Defense with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Nice counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter punch. Perfect counter lands. Good counter punching. How about that time counter shot? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Hey, it's the featherweight division. You're going to see a lot of speed in this fight.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast counter, fast back and forth, 3 full shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on the...
And there's the bell for round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
With the hook. Straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter punch right up the middle. It's all offense all the time. Well done with that counter shot. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
That's I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a kick. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Beautiful. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. There's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one. There's the bell to start round 8. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. Left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Well done with that counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Well, hold on a second, Johnny. Gradovich is wobbly. Looks like trouble was averted.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once and...
Oh, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. This may do it. He somehow weathered the storm.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to feel asleep.
Respect for each other's punching power. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's a
Good job. That was...
And we enter the ninth. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Well done with that counter shot. You believe what we are seeing. Nice counter shot. Seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now this is about desire.
And Sweet has been dropped. And there's no doubt about it as we see it again. That body shot did them in. They're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again, and that's a lot of points to lose in a round.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
I love the...
It's round 10. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Stamina is off the charts. Punch, counter punch. Nice counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. Nice counter punch right up the middle. A perfect counter lands. How about that time counter shot? Nice slip to avoid the jab. Counter punches have to hurt. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you take care of them.
Through the straight left, but it won't score. How about that time counter shot? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Down big time in the score.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what?
Let's start 11. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch right up the middle. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They exchange punches. There's a counter shot. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
We have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed.
As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
I need to see that again.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Counter punching. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Counter punching. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. but somehow he's still in it.
They believe their fighter has it in the...
Who thought we would have made it to 12? They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
A shot from the gods took him out.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Look at his corner, look at the instruction. They're telling you to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. We just need to...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! And this fight is over! Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
You're right, Tom.
It happened. You saw...